OneDrive for Business is a great place to store, share, and sync your work or school files. As part of your organization's Office 365 subscription or SharePoint server, you can save your files in OneDrive and then work with them from any device. To get started, go to OneDrive for Business in a web browser. Sign into Office 365, and in the App Launcher, select OneDrive. If you're not on Office 365, use the web address your admin gave you. To add files, click Upload, or you can drag files from your computer straight to OneDrive. All your files are private unless you decide to share them. If your organization allows it, you can share with partners outside your organization. The icon and description show you which files you've shared. When you give a coworker permission to edit, you can both work on the file at the same time. With your files in OneDrive, you can get to them through a browser on any device. But on a phone or tablet, you'll get the best experience with the OneDrive app, available for Android, iOS, and Windows Phone. You can add, manage, and share files from the app. And with the Office apps installed, you can also create and edit Office documents right on your mobile device. You can also sync OneDrive for Business to your PC or Mac so you can access your files even when you're offline. If you make changes to files while you're offline, those changes are automatically synced the next time you connect to OneDrive.
Our favorite features of Microsoft OneDrive can help you achieve big business benefits. By allowing you to share large files securely and easily, OneDrive helps you collaborate with customers and partners and make more immediate business decisions. Syncing all your files on all your devices has never been simpler or safer thanks to automatic backup. And because you can access your files anywhere, you're free to work where and when you want. Save time and effort by simply dragging and dropping files from your desktop into OneDrive. Create and edit Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents in OneDrive, and share even if the recipient doesn't have the latest version of Office, making collaboration easy and instant, even if you only have your smartphone. Working with colleagues in the same documents makes collaboration effective, effortless, and enjoyable. And because you control privacy settings, secure access is guaranteed, leaving you to solve problems, not deal with them.
Let's talk about OneDrive. Now, you can get to OneDrive in two different ways. You can scroll down to OneDrive for Business. You don't want to select OneDrive here. This is the default that's installed by default into Windows 10, and you use a Microsoft Live account. Here, you use OneDrive for Business, and you can click on that and then go there. But there's a better way to do that. If you simply go to office.com, we'll do this. Oops, mistyping. Okay, so then we'll get to this screen here. You'll have to enter your water mission email address. So your first initial last name at watermission.org, and the password you use to enter to log on to your computer, and you simply click Sign In. And if you don't see this specific logon page, it means that you've already logged on recently within Office 365. Now, I'd mentioned Office 365. It's a one-stop shop for several products that are bundled together. And you'll notice here there's the OneDrive app, this tile that's here. You can also get to the OneDrive app from here. But for now, we're just simply going to click this. There's actually more options within OneDrive. Now, if I click here, this is the File Explorer. This is the same thing as going to your application here within the programs. I just have a shortcut down here. And you'll notice that it has the same names. There's different options, and you'll see New, which are the default templates that will pop down. And these are the ones that we've set up within Water Missions. You'll also see an Upload button. You can upload files and folders, and you can sync. Now, what do I mean by sync? You can sync your OneDrive to your computer so you have an offline use of all your files. Interesting to note, and a good feature, is that if you can get to a Wi-Fi signal, or you can have internet access, you can get to office.com and log in from any device. However, I will say that the apps for your smartphones and tablets tend to work better. All right, so let's get into this. You'll notice that the 3 feature there, but look what happens, and say I go down here and I click on this file here. Everything changed. Let's do it again. See how at the top the options changed? You go back to the top, you can open in Word online, which means even if you don't have Office 365 or Microsoft Word on your machine, your computer, you can still access the Word Online version. If you're using your Water Missions computer, you can open up in Word, and that's the actual application, which is here, down here at your Start button. If you went all the way to the bottom, found Word 2016. There's a Share button, Get a Link, Download, Delete, Move to, and Copy to. These 2 features allow you to copy within OneDrive, not outside. Rename, which is obvious what you can do, and you can look at the version history. Another option is you can click on this eye with a circle and find out who it's shared to. You can also add to or stop sharing this file. Now, let's go ahead and close the eye for information about this document. Let's say click on Share. Now you can share with, say, somebody within Water Mission, or multiple people, or say John Smith, a totally fictional person that's outside of Water Mission. I'm sure there's a J. Smith somewhere, but we just don't know who it is. If I click Share, an email will be sent to this person, and J. Smith is outside of our organization. It tells you that. You can add a message here. And simply click Share. Another option you can do is get a link, and it will copy a link. Now, if you go into your email, you can paste the email link. One of the things about the link that you'll notice is that the font is in black. If you send this out, a novice user may not understand they need to copy this link and paste it into an internet browser. So to avoid that, simply hit the spacebar or the Enter key. Turns it into a link. So just go ahead and close this. Let's go to another option. You can download the file and you can delete it. So let's talk about this. The 3 dots here are called an ellipsis. Now, typically these sort of files will have more options right now. Let's go to, say, this folder here. You notice you can also share a folder out. And typically, when you have large files, you want to create a folder and then put the files within the folder itself. And you share the folder out itself. Thank you. Now, let's talk about OneDrive a little more. We talked about some of the features, but now let's talk about OneDrive is replacing the U drive, and it's also replacing the area called My Documents on your PC or your desktop. You'll have access to these documents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you don't like the view here, we can do little icons, or we can go there. Of course, there's your information area. You can have your recent area, and this is recent files you've accessed. And if you don't like the view, you can always change the view. And these are all the documents that are shared with you by other people. It tells you when they were modified and who modified them. Okay? And that's really all there are to that right there. You can also do a search within your OneDrive. Thank you. All right, let's talk about some troubleshooting techniques. If I go to OneDrive for Business and I click here, I get an error. It doesn't want to go to the actual library. All right. Another thing you'll see here is some other options that were not really working in SharePoint. So you can right click on this little icon, or if you have this little arrow, you'll notice there's iCloud and then a second one. Well, this really isn't going to help you here, so if I go to this one and I right click, this is for PC users by the way, and I go to Settings, I'll notice that I have some different options. This is my main OneDrive, 6.1 gigabytes on this PC, and then I have this T drive which was shared, and it's only 5 megabytes. Now I can choose the folders I want to share with, or I can just stop syncing altogether, and I click Stop Sync, and you'll notice it disappeared. And we're just going to click OK there. And we'll click OK again. Now, let's go to you'll notice over here that T drive is actually gone. There's no SharePoint drive that's associated with it. And that's how you resolve some of the problems if you share with something and you don't want to see it again. And just like the previous lessons, if you in SharePoint, if you remember, you could actually get to SharePoint by right-clicking on this Water Mission logo. And wait for it. It's going to redirect, and now we're in SharePoint. Just a little added feature that you may see. Let's talk about sync. So I'm going to sync, and we're getting ready to sync, and then we click on Open Microsoft OneDrive. And now we can choose which files and folders we want to sync. I'm going to sync everything in here, so I'm going to click Start Sync. And everything is starting to sync in the background. And it could take a while depending on the size of your files. My files are actually quite large, so it may take quite a bit. But that's basically it. Thank you.